Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm 11 years old, I think. I might have been here for 10 minutes or 10 years. Every second in this place feels very long. But who I am, it really isn't important. But if you must know, I'm a girl who loved school, cartoons, and pop music. I'm floating in a big black emptiness. I can see my parents and friends in the distance, and I want to be with them. And they probably want to be with me, but I can't reach them, and they can't reach me. We're all stuck in this big black place, and we're all floating and unable to move. I think everyone from Earth is here. There are probably all the celebrities, religious people, policemen, teachers, and everyone. But none of us can move or interact. It reminds me of purgatory, which I learned about in Sunday school. It's supposed to be like this, only everyone is here instead of just the unbaptized babies and occasional sinners. I always imagined purgatory being scarier than hell anyways. At least in hell, you can hear your loved ones scream beside you, and the pain is physical. In this place, and I guess purgatory as well, you're paralyzed and trapped in your own body. The darkness is kind of like a cushiony straitjacket holding us all in place. Some might think it's beautiful, all of us are together in the same place. It blows my mind to think that Taylor Swift and the President of the United States is probably floating here with me. Nobody's too good for the end of the world, I guess. I guess I should explain how this all started. It was going on New Year's Eve, and everything was kind of scary. Everyone expected the world to end, but I don't know why exactly. Something to do with global warming or space. On the news they talk about more and more people disappearing. Large holes leading to nothing started appearing all over the ground. In some spots it was hard to avoid falling into them. The nights were pure blackness. Even out in the country where my family lived, there were no stars. And there had always been stars before. Towards the end of December, the sky was just as black during the day as it had been at night. It was like a light bulb that was on its last legs and finally went out. The crazy stuff happening was all anyone ever talked about. The boys tried to scare me and my friends at school, telling us the Martians were clearing the sky to come get us. Of course, I didn't believe them, but I was still just as scared about an unknown situation as everyone else. One day after school, I heard my teachers discussing how to educate us on what was happening, but they were just as clueless as the students. Mr. Jameson said they might as well tell us kids that we're all screwed. I couldn't take it when I heard him say that. I ran into the classroom crying, and they comforted me and told me everything would be alright. But how could I believe them? My parents told me that the people in charge would figure things out, but I didn't believe them either. Same went for my favorite TV shows, which had messages at the end of the episodes telling us to be brave and that everything would be okay. I was disillusioned. Nothing was okay. Everyone on the news seemed scared and baffled too. It was all supposed to come down at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve. My parents told me there had been some similar scare about 15 years ago, something called Y2K. Well, Y2K turned out to be a hoax. But there were no signs that it would happen. The things that we're dealing with now had warnings. It was scary and unlike anything we had ever seen before. On New Year's Eve, my family all huddled in our living room. We spent most of the night hugging and saying how much we loved each other. I could barely keep from crying the entire time. I mostly remember my dog, Bella, looking at me really sadly. Dogs always look sad. But she almost looked ready to cry herself. It was like she knew what would happen, and she wanted to tell us that she loved us and would miss us. If I could cry in this place where I am now, I would bawl like a baby just thinking about that night. I wonder if Bella is here. But it doesn't really matter. At midnight, everything went black. I heard my mother scream, my entire body went numb. My tongue felt like a sock, my limbs all went limp. I was still awake through all of it. After what felt like forever, I could see again. My parents were floating off in the distance and I was in my place. The terror was still there, but there was no way of expressing it. I'm not scared anymore, just sad and hopeless. I've called this place the soft nowhere because everything feels so neutral and pillowy, but pointless. I can only hope that one day everything will go back to normal, but I know it won't. This is our life now. We are strung among the blackness, unmoving, just as the stars have been. Everyone is equal. Nothing matters anymore. There's still one thing that gives me hope, though. From the corner of my left eye, I can just make out some kind of light. My greatest wish is that it's some sort of salvation. It's the only thing holding my mind together, other than the knowledge that my family loves me and I love them. But love isn't visual, though, especially here. It's not something you can hold or show. The only thing this place is good for is displaying humans. I wish I could tell everyone to try moving. It feels so impossible, but I think that maybe if we all tried, this place couldn't handle it. There's no way of telling people to move, but I'll keep trying. If I could, I'd be writing this down rather than reciting it in my mind. But I guess we all have each other anyway.